Welcome to Veracious. Nigerian students are at home. They are not in school because of Academic Staff Union of University strike. ASUU declared strike on 14th of February 2022 because the federal government had refused to keep to his part of the agreement they arrived at with ASUU. The federal government have started forming different forms of committee to look into ASUU demands. Always trying to renegotiate an already renegotiated issue. How many times has the issue been renegotiated? So they kept on going back on the issue to discuss about it. As a war between Russia and Ukraine broke out, some students, Channel interviewed two people, one from Poland, the other one from Ukraine. In the face of the war, the one that is in Ukraine say he cannot come back because he's skeptical and is unsure of what the future holds for him in Nigeria, citing a situation of fuel scarcity, petrol scarcity in Nigeria, and the ASUU strike. Another student said that he cannot come back because a course with which he will spend 3 years in Ukraine and Poland, he will spend about 6 years to do the same course. And standard will also be low. That's a testimony of Nigerians in other countries. Since Nigerian students returned from Ukraine, after the lackadaisical and feet-dragging attitude by the Nigerian government to bring back Nigerians from the war-torn zone in Ukraine, since the return home, nothing has been said about them. So the students are in their houses. The government cannot use its diplomacy power to negotiate with even the country that is nearer to Ukraine on how the students can be transferred to go and continue their learning. No, they cannot. Ghana Minister of Foreign Affairs is engaging seriously with the Hungary government in order to return some of this Ghanaian back to school. But Nigerian students is doing but the Nigerian government is doing no such thing. Those students are in their houses, sleeping, and nothing is happening. No one cares about the future of the youths in this part of the world. What would you expect of such a nation? A country where individuals with intellectual capacity and civility that is commensurate to public office are not sought after. Rather, what we do in this country is give public office to mediocres, unqualified, untrained, unbecoming, and not cut out for individuals. One should expect nothing less from such a nation whose leadership has been sacrificed on the altar of friendship and family ties. A nation where competence has been slaughtered for mediocrity. A nation where excellence of people has been given up for religion and ethnicity ties. A nation where servant leaders are not being sought after, and servant leaders have been given up for compensation in political offices. Nigeria, my country. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Our heroes certainly did not die for a country like this one. A country where failure of the current administration is compared with the failure of the past administration as less failure. And so you hear statements like these ones, and I quote, Nigerians slept in filling stations before Buhari was elected. We have suffered more than this before. And this statement is coming from a media advisor to the presidency. Check out such callousness. And yet, we are in a country. In order to intervene in the struggle between the federal government and ASUU, the National Association of Nigerian Students President Abdul Aminu paid a courtesy visit to Ministry of Education to meet Nigerian Minister for Education, Adamu. And after he has lamented the ever exponentially declining education standard and the incessant strike and how this has caused pains to Nigerian students and lament to the academic environment, The response from the Minister for Education was reprehensibly annoying and condemnably surprising. And I quote his response: "You should have addressed the lecturers there instead of coming here. The only point you have made that I want to attend to, that even drew my attention, is the one you say a student or the student should be added in the committee of the negotiation." And after this weak response, this uncivilized response, this response that lacked the validation of a sound mind, an intellectual mind, he walked out of the NAM's president and his entourage. He walked out. Such an impetus, such a disrespectful treatment, such a disdain, such an insult to the collective intelligence of the Nigerian student and Nigerian society and the parents who are paying your salary, who struggle day and night to ensure their children go to school. Election is around the corner. Politicking is everywhere. This one says this one says that. But at the end of the day, the kind of leader we would have is nothing to write home about. Nigerian youths, Nigerian citizens, every community in Nigeria, it's time for us to begin to question who the next leader of this country will become. Because we need leaders who are civil. We need leaders who are competent. We need leaders with track records of development in their fields. We need leaders who are not religion-minded. We need leaders who are not traditionalists. We need leaders who are not ethnocentricists. We need leaders who are servant leaders, who understand the global dynamics of development. We need leaders who can bring everyone. We need leaders who are not feminist. We need leaders who can work with everyone who has passion to change the country. We need leaders who can stand in times of need, in times of challenge, and understand the pains an ordinary Nigerian is going through.